Some bad news here for Republicans in Washington, D.C. Poll, opposition to Kavanaugh confirmation rises. So this is a Fox News poll, and they found that 40% of respondents support Kavanaugh's confirmation. That's a 5-point decrease from a similar poll that was conducted in August. Now, another devastating number is that 30%, only 30%, believe his sexual assault denials. So to be fair to him, there hasn't really been any due process on that front. So, you should probably reserve judgment until you see everything laid out in front of you. But, I mean, having said that, when you read the articles on this, there's some stuff that it indicates he probably did it. So when I say that, what I mean is apparently his accuser in 2012 spoke to her therapist about this and recounted it in excruciating detail. And it was something that has bothered her for, a long time. And, to believe that it was made up, you would have to believe that in 2012, she made it up for no reason because he wasn't on the Supreme Court or picked to be on the Supreme Court all the way back then. So she's just coming forward with something that in her private life she had already, let be known. So that doesn't look good for Kavanaugh. Now it gets even worse for him because apparently, and this news I think broke yesterday, there's another confirmed accuser of Kavanaugh, but then also there's one or even two more potential accusers on top of that. Now, the reason I say potential is it's a shady character, the one who's saying, oh, yes, I have an accuser here too. It's Michael Avenatti. So you never know with that guy. He's just an anti-Trump grifter, and he tries his best to get his name out there in the public and his name out in mainstream media as much as possible. Honestly, he's nothing but a narcissistic buffoon, and if you guys don't see that, I don't know what to tell you, because to me, it's so clear. He's flirting with a fucking presidential run when nobody even knew who he was a year ago, and he was just... His whole thing was, I'm Stormy Daniels' attorney. So he's kind of like the male version of, what the fuck is that female lawyer's name who takes all of the sexual assault cases? I'm blanking on it now, but he's the male version of her. Anyway, I digress. So I don't know if there are 4 total accusers or 3 total accusers, but there are at least 2 confirmed ones. So, and I think that this poll was conducted before you even had the 2 confirmed ones. This poll was conducted when you had the 1. So, where do you go from here? Well, listen. So, if I'm advising the Democrats, what I say is crystal clear. None of you vote for this guy under any circumstances. And it's not only because of the accusations, as I've pointed out in previous segments, it's also because of his judicial philosophy or lack thereof. Because it's embarrassingly sad, and he claims like, oh, he's an originalist and he strictly follows the Constitution. Utter nonsense, because he doesn't believe in the Fourth Amendment. He doesn't believe in the Fourth Amendment and protection from unreasonable search and seizure. He's fine with the NSA spying on everybody in a warrantless fashion, which is totally illegal and unconstitutional, but he doesn't care. He wouldn't come out and say, when asked directly, that Donald Trump doesn't have the ability to pardon himself. Okay, as far as legal questions go, that's the easiest one that's ever been asked ever. The answer is no, a sitting president cannot pardon himself because that would mean they're a fucking emperor, a dictator. And rule of law is not a thing that exists once you get to that point. Because whoever's at the top could say, I declare I'm above the law. Well, that's not... Well, then you don't believe in rule of law. You don't believe in the Enlightenment. You don't believe in the Magna Carta. You don't believe in the U.S. Constitution. You don't believe in international law. I mean, the fact that we have to go over these things, it's insanity. So if I'm the Democrats, here's what I do. I would hold hearings about Kavanaugh, and they already started them. But now they're saying, okay, let's have some of the women who are accusers come in and speak their mind and tell their stories. Okay, fair enough. So let them come in. And then even after you have all the hearings, I would have every Democrat vote no. And so you air it all out. and expose this guy for what he is and who he is. And remember, if I'm a senator, I'm fucking asking questions, not just about the accusations. Like I said, I am going to focus on his ideology as well, because his ideology is horrendous, and that is totally being overlooked in the wake of this. So I don't want people to get the misimpression that, like, oh, as far as being a justice, he would be great, and he's totally qualified, but it's just that the sexual assault allegations are standing in the way. No! It's that the sexual assault allegations are standing in the way, and his ideology, or lack thereof, is horrendous and terrible, and he's a joke, and he's from the fucking prep school to elite position pipeline. I can't stand these pricks. I mean, this is for Trump pretending to be Mr. I'm against the elites. That's what I am. This guy is quintessential elite prick. I mean, again, prep school pipeline to elitist job, and he feels entitled to this position. And the Republicans aren't backing down, even given the current state of affairs. And because they're not backing down, I would say, okay, well, I'm going to make you suffer. So let's have the fucking hearings. Let's air it all out. Well, let's let the accusers say their piece, or at least the credible accusers, the one where there's evidence there to show that, in fact, probably did happen. And then on top of all of that, I'm going to berate him. I'm going to pester him with questions, pelt him with questions about his shitty ideology, expose him as the fraud he is, and then after having all these hearings where we air everything out, everybody should vote no. That's what I would do. So, okay, you guys want to play tough? Remember what they did to Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland is a very centrist-y judge, and he would have been the same as a Supreme Court justice. Very centrist. You know, there are many issues where I vehemently disagreed with Merrick Garland. And I was mad that Obama picked Merrick Garland because he should have went further left. But having said that, you give the Republicans something that meets them halfway in Merrick Garland, and they spit in your eye anyway. So, okay, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. Let's air everything out about Kavanaugh. Let's hear the details of the accusation against him. Then I'm going to go after him over his ideology. And then after all that, I'm going to vote no. So I'm not even going to hide that fact. Because usually, you got to hear him out, and then you determine after if you're going to vote yes or no. No, I'm not. I'm going to vote no. I'm going to vote no, and I want to hear everything he has to say, and I'm going to destroy him when I'm questioning him. That's what I would do if I was the Democrats. And listen, a lot of them are, we're too civil and polite to do something like that. Okay, well, you're wrong. Politically, you're just wrong. Because I told you, 40% of respondents support his confirmation. That's it, 40%. It dropped 5 points. I bet it drops more after this new round of allegations against him. So what are you doing? If you can't win this political battle, you are beyond useless. And unfortunately with the Democrats, they might actually be beyond useless, and they might lose this political battle. But if there's just enough pressure, because now it's gone above and beyond even Clarence Thomas, where it was Anita Hill who made the sexual harassment allegations. This is worse than the sexual harassment allegations. This is sexual assault. And it's multiple now. So it's worse than the Clarence Thomas situation, for sure, just by looking at the sheer number of it and the type of allegations. So, there's a chance he still gets on, but there might now be just enough pressure where you can get him out of there. And then, listen, I'm of the belief that when the next one comes up too, okay, let's see. Who are you going to pick? Put it this way. I wouldn't vote yes on anybody who's to the right of Merrick Garland. Because Merrick Garland from Obama was a bipartisan gesture. That's what that was. That was him, okay, here, I'll give you guys somebody you can agree to. And there were old quotes of Republicans saying, oh yeah, Merrick Garland, what a great pick. He's the exact kind of middle ground judge who we'd be okay with. So I wouldn't pick anybody to the right of Merrick Garland. I wouldn't vote yes on anybody to the right of Merrick Garland. So, and if that means I'm sitting here voting no all day, every day for your fucking 5 people you bring up, so be it, bitch. I'll do that with a smile on my face, and then I'll brag about it. And you know what you're going to do about that? Nothing.